I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
Guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Chris with the C. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for joining me today, guys. On the table we've got my first Traxxas, the Traxxas Sledge. Now, many of you guys know recently I've had a few issues with some of my Arrma cars, and it just kind of left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What I will say is I'm not against any sort of car, any brand or anything like that. I enjoy RCs as a general, and I just enjoy this side of the hobby, e.g. finding things myself and experimenting and trying things out. Now, what you got to remember, guys, this channel is based on following my steps through the hobby. All right, I'm not a review channel as per se or anything like that. I'm literally just documenting my experience through the hobby and having fun while I'm doing it. Fingers crossed, some of the things that I find, then I may be able to guide you through similar processes and stuff like that, just trying to help people out in the community And that's essentially what it is me documenting my journey and the community at the same time. In the process, I get to try out new vehicles, and now don't get me wrong, this isn't sent to me for the purpose of the video for free. I did get a little bit of a discount, so massive shout out to Model Sport, obviously, for helping me with this car. Guys, I will put a link in the description. They've been absolutely amazing with me with many cars. And I'm a firm believer. I do a lot of my business when it comes to buying parts and accessories and upgrades. They've always been really helpful and supportive, and I will say to big shout out to the boys there for just helping me out, really, I suppose. Guys, Traxxas Sledge, it was on sale in the UK, and the reason why I picked this up is it's not essentially to replace the Kraton. It was to try, one, a different brand, two, as you know, I enjoy truggies, buggies, trucks, whatever it may be, and so I'm not kind of locked into any sort of type of bashing vehicle, or I just enjoy RCs, full stop. The Sledge is touted to be one of the better ones, and I wanted to just kind of give you my opinion on the unboxing experience, what I think of it. I want to go over the car, and I will use, this is my own personal truck. I have picked up a few minor but important upgrades for the car that will help with durability as well. I'll go over those in a second, but yeah, I'm gonna put the head cam on and then we'll go through the unboxing experience together. How's that sound? So guys, I'll put it on, let's go. I'll see you in a second. Right guys, Traxxas Sledge, picked this up as I mentioned from Model Sport here in the UK. It was on sale at the price of purchase, so they've brought it down from 750 to 700, and I've been wanting to give one of these a go for a long time. The Sledge is direct competitor to obviously the Kraton 6S and also the Kagama 6S and many other sort of 6S style truggies. It is a 1/8 scale 4-wheel drive. Obviously Traxxas is touting it for 70 mile an hour. Bearing in mind, guys, little asterisks down here with the bottom, recommended gearing obviously and perfect driving conditions and everything else. I think out of the box though, I believe from what I'm told, it is 55 mile an hour on the side of the box here. I quite like this actually. It gives you the gearing and how to actually achieve these speeds. So this is where we are now, in what they call the fun zone and top speed zones. Funny, really. So one is your speed gearing, the other one is your standard gearing. But let's have a look. So 35 mile an hour with 1352, which is what's supplied with the car, I believe, and that's on 4S. If you up the gear into a 16 tooth using the same spur, you get 45 mile an hour plus. What it'll come with, if you're going to run it in 6S, 3S lipo. So, but I am planning on trying to use this with one single 6S lipo. Is 1352, 55 mile an hour plus, and then obviously you've got the variations then for the top speed. Obviously a little bit of box art. Obviously down here, Traxxas. Now the one thing to mention with Traxxas, guys, is yes, they're more expensive, but the parts, number one, and this is through experience now, looking at all the websites and stuff like that, parts are cheap. They are cheaper than Arrma. There's no getting around it. That's how it is. And so the purchase of the car is more expensive, but then obviously the ecosystem you're kind of into, e.g. part support and stuff like that. I mean, Traxxas is probably one of the biggest brands out there. A lot of people don't like the idea of having Traxxas, mainly because something that went on previously, but in reality, actually owning a Traxxas is a lot easier than what people make out. Now guys, as you can see, I have picked up the red one. That kind of spoils it because the sticker's right there, but I was going to show you. But yeah, you got 4 colours in total. You got the green, the blue, the red and the orange. I can't find this orange anyway, because initially I did want to go for the orange one because I quite like the, as you know, I've got a synchro. So I've got a knife here. I am going to open it up. So what you're seeing is my first reaction with the unboxing as well. It's not a case of I've opened the box up. So opening the box, you're greeted with the TQI handset. First, out of the box, look at it. Does feel a little bit, I'll be honest with you, feels a little bit cheap. Looks a bit outdated. The steering wheel's lovely, mind. It's got some nice tension on the steering wheel. You got this multi-function knob, which I believe can be programmed, but I know that's out of the box is actually TSM, and your steering trim. I'll probably use this to start off, and I'll definitely be going to my Radio Link handset. But the actual feel of the handset, I've actually got small hands. I thought I could have grabbed the steering wheel there, but I can just about do it. Feels okay. Tension on the triggers, not too bad. Does take, by the looks on things, 4 AA batteries. Again, that's a downside for me because I used lipos. Traxxas Link enabled. Now the good thing is about the handset, mind, these do have a multi memory system on them, e.g. you can use them on multiple handsets, but also with the TQR Link you download the app from the Traxxas store and then obviously do all your parameters, updating, so on and so forth. So yeah, give it a go. I'll run the handset as standard to start off with, but doesn't feel, I'll be honest with you, doesn't feel quality, not compared to some of the other handsets. I am a big fan of the Arrma handsets, the SLT3s. Some packaging, as you can see. Now, confused me a little bit initially when I bought the car, because when I was looking at it, I thought, well, obviously the anodizing must be the same colour, but it looks like Traxxas has actually kept the anodizing all the same. Get it out of the box. Ugh. Okay. First things first, mind. Anything in the box here? No. First things first, I will say straight away, suspension feels nice. Oh, 2 seconds, sorry about this, guys. Right, we got instructions, parts manual. It does have a T-key wrench, obviously, for the 70mm hex. You've also got some T-key Allen keys in there, some Traxxas stickers, some stickers for the wing, which I'll be putting on because I've got a lucky number and I want to put it on the side. So that's nice. I'll open that up in a moment. Now, one of the big things and one of the first things that people have noticed, now this car has actually been out for a couple of years, mind, alright? So this isn't a brand new release, this isn't the belted version. I've actually gone for the older version, and mainly because I wanted a little bit of ballooning on the tyres at the same time. Tyre tread feels really grippy, nice sort of motocross pattern on them. The only thing I will say is I got a feeling they're going to balloon somewhat terrible. Gluing on the tyres seem decent. They did say they got a new process for gluing the tyres and stuff, obviously in all the information about the car, but you can see there's a little bit of glue being added on the side here. So I will check the tyres over, but so far, yeah, I feel quite grippy. Nice big stout wing there. Clipless body system. This was one of the things that I really liked. You put your hands underneath, if I can find it, lift up the back, slide out the front. How much better is that than actually using body clips? So, oh Christ, it's a bit windy here. So one of the things with the body as well, I do like the front of it. It looks kind of got that American truck vibe going on. Let's peel the... Yeah, that's got a nice look to the front of it. Kind of tough. Now, let's just quickly go over one of the things I have picked up for this truck, guys, is one, obviously because I use EC5s, I picked up Traxxas EC5 connectors, mainly for the warranty. I believe it's a 30-day warranty on the truck, on the ESC. So due to the nature of the hobby, obviously Traxxas don't support it any further than that. So I picked up those, and obviously when the warranty is up, I will transfer it over to EC5s on the ESC anyway. Now, did a bit of research. One of the things that the people have mentioned straight out of the box is the spur gear and also the pinion. So the truck comes with a 13 tooth pinion and a 52 tooth spur. Now this is the upgraded, the 9652X spur gear. Not particularly cheap, but I will say it's better than the pot metal spur gear that comes on the truck anyway. So I've got that upgrade. I've got a hardened pinion to go in there as well, so straight away we're going to be solving that. I also picked up, and I'll show you in a moment, some gearing. Let me just pop this back off because it's, there you go. Picked up some motor mount screw, sorry. So there is a motor mount screw that goes underneath on the bottom of the chassis. So as you can see, that's the sliding motor mount system there, which is a little bit like a nitro. There's a mark on the bottom of this chassis, mind, but it's going to get more marks, so I'm alright with that anyway. As you can see, little mark there. That's probably from a factory. I do like the plastics that run around. Everything's nicely moulded around the chassis. One thing to mention, guys, people have mentioned about the chassis. Now, I'm not a big sender. Let's get that out of the way, alright? So I'm not going to be someone sending a million miles to the moon or anything like that. That's not my style. I like keeping it on the floor, going fast. I did have a little bit of sort of up in the air scenario where the cars are jumping and stuff like that, but that's when I'm not around my daughter. Maybe I'll do a bit of that, but I have got a theory when it comes to RCs. Plastic for air, metal chassis for floor. Now, some of you guys are going to disagree with that statement. I don't care, that's my thoughts. And that's not being patronising, guys. You know, through experience, that's something I've noticed. I feel that the plastic chassis tend to hold up to the bashes and crashes, whereas the metal chassis themselves do have a tendency to break parts, and that's my own experience. You may feel different. The body, though, I do like this cage system that's inside it, because obviously most of us are sort of battling to keep the sides and the plastics and everything, and you know, obviously all the body nice and tidy. So I will probably run a little bit of Gorilla Tape around the inside there and probably around the front, but the actual main part of the chassis I'm going to leave, because it has got that cage system. You got that tongue there basically that grips into the rear, so obviously that slides in and then you push down. That's way easier than using body clips, that's for sure. But graphics are nice and sharp. You've got a little bit of metallic fleck going through the paint, and obviously the jet black, and then obviously you've got typical Traxxas style graphics running down the side. But the overall look of the truck is really, really nice. It does seem that, hang on, bear with me, let's just take the body back off. So you've got plastic camber links, front and rear, and also steering links, which isn't a bad thing, especially when you're bashing, guys. So as long as the geometry's right on the wheels, obviously straight away, plastic links are not a bad thing. And the funny thing is, the X-Max boys who run obviously their big sort of 8S trucks, a lot of them actually, even with the Ultimate, are happy using these composite, because what you got to remember, these things bend, whereas with metal it would literally bend and stay there. These normally 9 times out of 10 will bend back. 2000 kV motor, I believe that is that's got to be a 4274 or 76 maybe. 2000 kV. You got the Traxxas Valerian ESC, the VXL. That's 6S ESC, yeah, 6S ESC. It's all mounted in there nicely, mind, I will say that. Everything looks clean, all your wires are chased through underneath the battery tray. In there you got obviously your Traxxas receiver. There is a little inspection holder there to tell you the LED status on your receiver. Other thing I've noticed here are also the rear mud guards. Oh, there's a lot of wind here, mind, guys, so bear with me. The mud guards, nice little addition by there. So obviously one of the things obviously most of us bashers tend to do is run out, get a set of mud guards to protect the dog bones on the rear. So obviously, as you can see, all the muck and debris and everything is all protected then coming through. I believe these shocks are Max shocks, so they're what they call the GTR shocks. Now, one thing to mention here, and I might actually have a look on AliExpress later on, is the shock caps. I'm not a lover of composite shock caps. There's two things going on. Now, with the composite shock caps, it does protect you on a heavy impact. Let's say you come down heavy on there. They might come off before you blow a piston. Me, on the other hand, I would prefer to have blow a piston, which is cheaper than the shock caps to start off with. Looking at the front, you don't have pillow balls. It's a standard dog bone, or is that CVD? CVD, but there isn't pillow balls. Yeah, it's definitely CVDs on the front. Again, dog bones going into the centre diff. This groove system that's on the front as well obviously doubles as a shock tower protector as well. If you think about it, that's where the obviously the tongue on the body there will sit through. That goes in, obviously locks it into place, but then also on top you've got shock tower protectors front and rear. All right, so nice little touch that, actually, the way they've continued it up from the body mounting system up over the shock towers. Because again, if you look at any my Creighton or any of the Arrma trucks I've had, 9 times out of 10 they got these kind of lumps in the front where I've turned the car over and then the shock towers have wanted to come through the body. So nice little Traxxas have done that, nice little addition. It does look like the output drives as well. I don't know if you can see that in there, guys. The output drives inside there have actually got some boots over them, so I believe that's to stop debris going through there, as you can see there. It does look like aluminium ABC and D hinge pin blocks, and then obviously you've got aluminium Ackerman as well. What else can I notice here? Big stout rear wing. Does seem nice and flexible again, so if you turn the car over, land on a wing, I got a feeling. And the funny thing is, I've just noticed, actually, putting the body back on, I do love that body system, but there, mind, that's absolutely awesome. If you look, the actual wing is very much about aerodynamics going on there. That's been thought about, because normally you look with, let's say, the Arrma wings and everything, or e.g. the Kagama. The Kagama was notorious for it. The wing actually sits up quite high. So if you look at sort of where the chassis and the body is, it's all this is protected. Nice that they've included some roof skids as well there, because again, with an Arrma truck, 9 times out of 10 you've got to buy them. And these are little things that I'm just noticing. Like, obviously, I know I haven't run the truck yet. I can't comment on its performance, but silly little things like this are all additions that you would normally have to buy with your Arrma truck. And okay, you can maybe not buy it, but I learned that problem. So first day I ran my EXP, straight away over on its roof, and I wish I'd had them installed from day one. Now, you could say, yes, okay, you could buy them with the difference in price. I get it, but it's nice that Traxxas actually include that all in one. Skid protectors are nice and stout. Now, I have picked up an RPM bumper for this because I wasn't impressed, and went on looking at the images online, is the fact that there's no protection on the front there. If you have an heavy impact, you're going to clout that body, and obviously the whole point of a front bumper is to take some of the pressure off the wheels if you're on impact. Nice big stout arms. I've just noticed as well they've actually got infills on the arms as well, so love that body system. That is worth its weight in gold. If you look inside the arms, they've actually got places for inserts, guys. See the hex screws here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws in there. So that's actually going to stop debris coming up, 1, to your drive shafts. 2, you could actually put carbon fibre inserts into here. Now, I have seen them online, but I wondered what exactly they were for. But yeah, it's nice that they've actually included composite ones in there as well at the same time, so it'll still give a little bit of flex, but also protects the front and rear suspension arms. Now, one thing I have again noticed online is the servo. 300 ounces of torque on the servo, so nice and strong to keep your wheels straight, but I believe this is a little bit slow. Now that isn't so much of a problem. I've got a 30 kilogram servo in the house ready and waiting, so I've got no issues in swapping that out. I do it with all my RTR cars anyway, so but I will run this, see how it feels. If I'm not particularly bothered about the speed, I'll leave it in there. But I mean, Traxxas 2275 servo, I think it's called. Yeah. It looks like you've got a sintered metal spur gear, so that comes with it. Pot metal, guys, basically. So as I mentioned, we have got the 9652X spur. That's going to go in, and obviously I'm going to replace the pinion. My God, it's windy. I do apologise, but the noise in the background, guys. All in all, the overall quality of the truck is really, really nice. Body, so that's obviously for fitting your batteries in. I'm going to pause it 2 seconds. I'm going to go and grab a 6S pack and see if that actually fits in there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll grab a 6S pack and I'll grab 2 3S batteries, and then we'll try it out. Right, okay, so got a 6S pack here. Obviously, I do like the battery tray system, and they have got these 2 little holes there to put, so once it clicks in place, like so, you can put 2 little body clips in these tiny little holes here. So I quite like that. That's not bad. So I'm going to... it might fit. It might fit. Hang on. So... no. Let's try it on the side. What I might have to do is remove this piece of foam. So there's a little piece of foam in there, but there. So if I remove that, move it up here, and then I should have space for the battery leads to go through. So if let's try it this way then, maybe. Yeah, okay, so that goes through like there. This clips in place. This one clips in place very tap. Yeah, that's in there. That is in there. So I think if I remove that piece of foam by there, and then obviously have the wires coming this way, don't know. Saying that, there's space in behind there for the wires to come through. So if I poke the wires through this way, like so. So that battery pack that I'm putting in here is a 6S 5200 mAh, 5200 mAh, 90C I think it is. But yeah, obviously what I can then do, connector to connector, obviously bearing in mind I'm going to use adapters for the moment, but that fits in, so that's nice. Right, let's try some 3S batteries that I got. So Traxxas C, I will say mine is a little bit of a pain in the backside to get a battery in and out, but there you go. Right, so that's, as you can see, 6S 5200 mAh, trying a hobby line. And then, oh, thanks Siri for that. I got these 8000 mAh Z's that I tend to use. I don't know if they're going to go in. No, they're definitely not going to go in. So I am definitely going to be stuck with using 6S, or I've got some roaring top. These are 5002s as well. Yeah, they're not going in there. Right, so it does look like I'm just using a 6S pack there, because I'm not going to go buying batteries for the sake of it. I think Robbie from 10BRC, friend of mine, did say he's got a 6S pack there he's sending down. So looks like I'll be using 6S only on you. Battery tray's a bit of a pain in the backside, but there you go. It is what it is. Adapt and overcome. Bouncing back now quickly, the other thing I noticed is this chassis support there. This T-bar. So obviously there's a bit more strength and rigidity in that compared to your usual, because of the design of the T-bar. Obviously, if you can imagine, most of the chassis braces are sort of round bars hollow, which obviously easier to bend. With the T, obviously you got the strength at the top and the bottom, and that's going to be a lot less easy to actually bend. So it's funny little design keys that Traxxas have put in here to make this quite a good basher. Now again, some of you guys are going to have different experience to me. I'm hoping that I'm going to be on the good side of things. It's like any RC, it's how you drive them. If I'm not going to be chucking this over massive jumps and stuff, is it designed for that? Possibly. Am I going to be using it like that? No. Quite, the answer to that is no, simply. Yeah, so I mean, overall, really happy. It is quite weighty. Again, that could just be down to the weight of these wheels though, because I know these sledgehammers are quite big. There's a little bit of play in the wheel there, mind. But again, it is a basher. I'll have a look at that, see if I can take a little bit of that play out there, or I might just leave it as it is. But overall, very happy with the look of the car. Obviously got your bracing system that goes down there. I'm going to leave that standard as well. The cover over the spur gear does look to be just a plastic one, but I'm okay again with that. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Reset button, oh no, easy set button on the ESC. I believe there's by the looks on things 30mm fan inside there maybe, and oh there you go, 35mm fan will fit on top of there, no issues. But the whole wiring and everything, the way it's put together, is really nice. Right, some arty-farty pictures now, and then I'll see you up top. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's open the instructions and everything up so you can see what's in there. I'll pause the video 2 secs. Right guys, so this is obviously what you get inside with all the instructions and everything. So in the package you get wing stickers, obviously with your numbers and decals. So I'm going to be using a combination of that and put them on the wing myself. You got a little bit of foam for the battery tray by the looks on things. I don't think I'm going to be needing that anytime soon. So yeah, some Traxxas stickers, because why not? So nice that they've included some decals and stuff. You have got this T key. I don't know if the inside of that T key is metal, mind. Let's have a look. Okay, no, it's actually plastic. So see how it goes. I haven't seen anyone complain about them, so I mean, if needs be, and I gotta get a Traxxas one, I will. Little adapters, so obviously you can run the batteries in single, so that will go in the one side, and then I'll just run one adapter by the looks on things. You've got your Traxxas support, battery, all part numbers, part list basically, but the looks on things. Steering components, shock oil, GT Max shocks, springs, tyres, wheels, just exploded diagram, which is quite handy. It's nicely done actually, the fact that they obviously split it up from the main manual. Yeah, nice, no issues there. I always use the instructions. I think that's your warranty support, which I will actually be filling this one in actually, because yeah, just to make sure that the warranty is valid. Now I don't know whether it applies to the UK, mind. Please follow, let's have a look. Yeah, US residents only. See, this is where it falls apart for me. Is that should be worldwide, guys. I'm sorry. if you purchase a product, your warranty should be worldwide, not just for the area of which that vehicle or sort of anything. And it doesn't matter what it is. Like, let's say you buy a Samsung TV. Would that mean it's only valid in China? No, it isn't. I mean, yeah, anyway, I won't go on about that. Okay, a little bit of information, a couple of diagrams, transmitter adjustment, TSM. Yeah, I'll be giving the handset a go. Like I say, I wasn't particularly fussed on the way it looks or feels. It is a bit old school. I believe this is what Traxxas uses on most of their cars, whether it's a TQ or TQI. But I'll give it a go, see how it feels. If it's not for me, I've got a really, really nice handset in the house anyway. Yeah, just general information about the car really, but looking on it. I will give it a read later when I'm sat down chilling, but yeah, nice. Right, let's go up top. There's a Sledge, but I'll do some arty-farty videos just to sort of you guys at home can have a proper little look, and we'll go from there. See you in a second. Right guys, one thing to mention, and one of my big gripes on the Kraton was the drive shafts. Now obviously I've got a pair of vernier calipers here, digital. I'm going to turn them on. I just want to measure the drive shafts. So they're coming out at 5mm straight out, alright? So 5mm is what the upgraded drive shafts were on my Kraton. Let me just quickly, yeah, so smack bang on 5mm. They're actually the same size as the upgraded drive shafts I had from Vitavon on my Kraton, so it's nice that Traxxas have made them quite stout and sturdy. So let me just check the other side, make sure I've got my measurements right. Yeah, 5mm. And the shock shafts are, hang on, 4.5mm. Again, nice big shock shafts on them as well, so yeah, really nice that they've included nice big stout drivetrain as well. So again, shouldn't be much of a problem. I'm gonna do the arty-farty videos here. Welcome back guys. So what do you think? I'm really happy with it actually, to be honest with you. I'm going to be alright. New car, sort of honeymoon period, but I like the way it looks and I like some of the features on the car straight away. A couple of things I've noticed: the drive shafts, body clip system, wiring, some of the features on the chassis, the obviously non-adjustable turnbuckles, which lend themselves to an absolutely cracking experience. I've never had anything but a good experience with flex turnbuckles. I've never broken one for a start. Tyres, they do feel quite spongy, so I do feel that they're going to balloon a fair bit. But there's just loads of little neat little design keys that I've noticed with the Sledge. Bearing in mind this was obviously a first generation of its kind, so obviously Traxxas kind of stuck with the plastic chassis up until then. Now as time goes by, so the plan is for me, I'm going to run the car stock, alright, albeit I have got those motor fixings and also I've got the upgraded spur and pinion, but I class that as an essential, just basically so I didn't destroy the stock gearing and be without chance of using the vehicle, I think was the best way. If anything breaks on it, then my plan is firstly, I'm going to look for the Traxxas. Now, the Traxxas aftermarket side of things is very, very good. They offer loads of upgrades, all right? Now, first of all, what I'm going to do is look at the Traxxas upgrades before I look at anything else. I feel I've kind of pigeonholed myself recently into upgrading so much on my vehicles, and then going down the route of I'm then chasing which part has caused me more issues than the others. I did it definitely with the Creighton. I kind of started upgrading and upgrading and upgrading, and in the end I'm thinking to myself, well, which part of this car now is actually left stock? What am I left with here? And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. You guys who enjoy that side of it, and I do. Let's not let you know, I do enjoy upgrading, but I want to see what a manufacturer is able to offer me before I start looking at aftermarket. If there's not a suitable solution, e.g. by going to Traxxas, what I will do then is go further down the line, then look at getting some aftermarket stuff. But one thing to mention, I'm not a massive fan of that handset straight away, so I will run it to start off, see how it feels, see how the car feels with it in. If I feel that handset is hindering me in any sort of way, because I love my Radiolink RC8X. Very, very easy to use, very easy to set up. The gyro works great on there. I have nothing but good things to say about it so far. I haven't had a bad experience with that handset once. But yeah, I love the body system, the body clip system. I'm honestly such a watch now. Sort of reach your hand in, not even looking at it. Body's off. Pop it back on. Feel the clip. Sort of, so you got the tongue that goes in here. Slide that back. There you go. There, done. One-handed. Love that. Absolutely love that. Battery tray. Bit of a shame I can't actually get my 3S packs in there, but it's okay because I've got some 6S packs that will fit. Anything else to note? This chassis looks great, don't get me wrong. I don't think that's gonna stay straight for long though. I'll be straight with you. I don't think this T6 or anything like that, 7075, I think it's 6061 that Traxxas are using on this car. The other thing I noticed there, it has got a little skid protector on the front of the vehicle as well. It's just silly little design keys, roof skids, you know, that sort of thing. Shock tower protectors, things that when I've had other vehicles, I've kind of had to go looking and purchasing. So it's nice to have a car and you think, oh well, that's done. Okay, look at the next part. Okay, this is done. So yeah, massive shout out to Model Sport, obviously for helping me with the purchase. All the guys and in Model Sport and all the sort of responsive customer services, I think is the best way. Very, very easy to speak to and quick on the ball as well. I've never had a package go missing. When I've had an issue, they've been very, very good with me. The weather's nice. I might charge up a battery. I might get the car out straight away, actually. I'm not sure. I might do that today. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who are obviously watching all the videos. All the likes, shares and subscribes that go on the channel is absolutely amazing. Guys, we hit 2007. We're on our way to 2008. Please, if you're watching the videos, cost you absolutely nothing and means the world to me. Please, guys, I would love it if you come along for the ride. This is, as I mentioned, the elephant in the room for me was a lot of people were mentioning, ooh, I don't know whether you should get that car. Well, as I say, this is my hobby. I'm taking you along for the ride. If I learn something along the way and I can pass it back up to you guys, that's the plan. I'm not in it to make money. I'm not here to, I'm not being sort of making a fistful of dollars every minute or anything like that. Yes, it's nice to have a little bit back from obviously the channel now and again. I haven't actually done it yet. The plan is obviously I am going to be having a summer house built, somewhere to rent, somewhere to record videos, obviously for you guys to come along for the ride. Full transparency is the key, I think, guys, and that's what I'm doing. Right, till next time, stay awesome, guys. Thanks very much for watching the video. I'll catch you later.